What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video with your host, as always, K-Mike Time. And before we get into today's awesome Rick and Morty content, I just want to give a few quick reminders that we do have loads of awesome Rick and Morty swag giveaways going on the channel that are still open right now. I've not chosen winners for this. I've chosen previous winners for the hard book comic and for one of the Total Recall card games. We still have plenty of them going on. We still have one that's open for another Total Recall card game. We still have one going on for the Monopoly, Rick and Morty Monopoly set. And those videos are still up, and those winners have not been chosen yet, so they will be very soon in the next day or so. So make sure you guys are getting over there, checking us out, leaving comments and stuff like that. Follow me on Twitter for all your entries to try and win this. Like I said, another one of these is still available. Total Recall card game. Play this with my friends. It's actually super, super fun. And just this week's new giveaway was the Rick and Morty Monopoly board, which is also badass. And I want to announce that on this video, we are going to give away this, which is another Rick and Morty card-based game. It's the Rick and Morty Anatomy Part game. It's freaking awesome. I have not got a chance to play it yet, but it looks like it's a load of fun. I bought a couple of these off Amazon for future giveaways and maybe a video of me playing it in the future. But anyway, all you just have to do to be entered is to A, be subscribed, B, like this video, and C, just leave a comment down below. The comment can be about anything. Of course, the comment helps if it's funny or Rick or Morty related. So make sure you're doing that, and I'll pick a random winner for this, along with the random winners for the rest of the prizes sometime in the coming days and weeks. But with that out of the way, guys, let's jump right into today's video.
Evil Morty has finally returned, and of course, his character has brought with him loads of fan theories along the way. Episode 7 was not only the best episode of the season so far, in my opinion, but one of the deepest storylines that we've ever seen from a Rick and Morty episode. And on top of that, the writers sprinkled in a good amount of little details that viewers may have missed or not put details together. So today, I want to go over a couple of theories that people will start to put together and form from this episode, and it could potentially change the outcome of the season if they are in fact correct. So with that out of the way, guys, let's jump right into them. Now, at the end of episode 7, the Rick-Lantis mix-up, it is revealed that Evil Morty only won the election by a very slim margin.
It was a blowout. I would hardly call it a blowout. It was almost close enough to trigger a recount. Jesus, what are you, joke security now too?
This means that literally every aspect of his campaign had to be perfect, or else he still would have lost the election. We know from the police plotline of that episode that Rick C-137, aka our original Rick, isn't the only Rick to hold a dangerous attachment to a Morty. So, how do you sway the part of Rick's population that during that election? Well, the answer is easy. Sympathy. Sympathy for an injured Morty. Presumably, given how young Mortys are and how egotistical Ricks are, only Ricks are allowed to vote in that election. So the only way to gain a significant amount of Rick's support to vote for him is through gaining their sympathy and adding in a narrative of every Rick is my Rick.
And Mortys that believe in this citadel to the Ricks and Mortys that don't. You're outnumbered.
Evil Morty's campaign had nothing to do with Morty's, but everything to do with Rick's sympathy. Thus, he had to leak his past actions through the use of a patsy Rick to his former campaign manager under the obvious understanding that given their history, he would either A, be attacked in the media with that information, which he could easily deny since all Mortys looked the same and he could claim that it was not him in the photos, or what he wanted is he could be attacked in a physical way, which, like I said, is what he wanted, to be shot with a gun by his former campaign manager.
Did you end up getting a new job? Yeah, I did. Assassinating you! Oh!
How else would a lone sleuth Rick get their hands on that information and only leak it to one person? And that person is also a Morty, and not just any Morty, but the one that had the most personal vendetta against Evil Morty. And why wouldn't that Rick just come forward with the information himself? Or even better, give it to another Rick, as Ricks are seen as way more credible in the Citadel than any Morty is, so why would they do this? Unless it was part of someone's master scheme. It is clear that Evil Morty had this all carefully planned out in a way to make sure his former campaign manager tried to assassinate him in order to get sympathy votes. You may be wondering, well, why would he take such a wild risk? What if he'd been killed? Would have been shot in the head or the heart? Well, he would have been useless if he'd been dead, right? Well, he planned for this as well. if we break down the shooting scene, we see that evil Morty purposely shakes Campaign Morty's right hand, knowing that most Mortys are right-handed. They even make mention of this later in the episode.
I thought I was left-handed, Morty. Then you should use your left hand to eat more vegetables.
So if he shakes his right hand, that means that Campaign Manager Morty will be forced to draw and shoot with his left hand, which is his offhand, which drastically lowers the chances of him hitting him square or in the head or the heart. Also, if you look at where he is standing, we see that he is a few steps over to Campaign Morty's right, meaning that the closest and most exposed part of his body is his upper left shoulder, which is an area that is most likely to survive a gunshot wound. And as we all saw, it went according to plan perfectly. He was shot in the upper left shoulder, and it appeared to be a clean shot through, making it an easy recovery, resulting in evil Morty gaining the sympathy votes he needed to become president and further his evil plot against the Ricks. Boom. Mind blown. And now on to the other theory, which is just a quick thought I had on one of the final scenes in the episode where we see the 4 Stand By Me Mortys picking mega fruit from the farmer's plantation. I'm thinking that this is more than just a throwaway scene at the end of an episode. I'm guessing that President Morty, aka Evil Morty, actually has plans of harvesting and using the mega seeds in order to make himself and or other Mortys super intelligent. We saw this as a side effect of the Mega Seed way back in the very first episode of the show.
Holy cow, Rick! I didn't know hanging out with you was making me smarter.
Full disclosure, Morty, it's not. Temporary superintelligence is just a side effect of the mega seeds dissolving in your rectal cavity.
Oh, man.
But what about the side effects on Morty's motor skills and brain after the effects wore off, you ask? Well, it appears that evil Morty is actually gathering so many mega seeds that the effects will never wear off, but they could perpetually, just when they're running low on this, take some more, and therefore they don't ever have that wearing off effect where they become stupid or their motor skills don't work, like we saw in episode 1 when Morty was spazzing out in the garage, kind of foaming at the mouth. That way, they would result in them being the genius version of himself, or any other Morty that evil Morty infects with this, including himself, could be geniuses for basically indefinitely, and it could be kind of a thing to see coming up in the future. Not to mention the fact that the Mortys in this scene are all wearing a new regime's uniform, which could suggest that the Mortys are now in charge of all the Ricks in the background who are still wearing some older kind of get-up. Or it could suggest that evil Morty is gearing up for some sort of civil war between the Ricks and the Mortys, and that could be something we could see in the finale and into future seasons. It could be something, a very big plot line here. But as of now, like I said, this is all just speculation. We'll have to wait and see just how the season plays out and if any of this is actually true. Either way, it's just a pretty cool to think about things like this, and it could be possible. It could be a cool possibility. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see how the final 3 episodes of the season shake out. We know that next week's episode is the interdimensional cable spinoff called Morty's Mind Blowers. So that one's kind of a throwaway episode in terms of the overall plot. So we'll basically have 2 more episodes to wrap this evil Morty plot up, and hopefully we guys can find some answers in that.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe. Check out my previous Rick and Morty videos. I've done loads of them lately on Easter eggs, on other theories, on favorite characters, and stuff like that. So much Rick and Morty content. And like I said, guys, it's not too late to be entered into previous videos, drawings that I've not drawn yet for things like the Rick and Total Recall card game, for the Monopoly board, and of course, today's giveaway on this video. All you guys have to do is be subscribed, like the video, and comment down below to be entered in a chance to win this Rick and Morty Anatomy Park card game. Super cool. And like I said, we have tons and tons of other Rick and Morty stuff we're giving away right now on the channel. All you guys have to do is be subscribed, like, and comment for your chance to be entered. I really appreciate all the support we're getting from the Rick and Morty community. I love this show, and hopefully you guys do as well. But guys, that's all I have for today. Until next time, guys, remember that's always came back time somewhere. Until then, take it easy and peace out.